all know that song. Before turning to politics, our guest this evening, Congressman John Hall, was a very successful musician, co-founder of the band Orleans. Orleans recorded 4 albums in the 70s, scoring huge hits, including Still the One, Dance With Me.
The so-called naked cover. That you
Yes, the so-called naked cover, exactly. And since the 70s, the music industry, as we all know, has changed a lot. Now, I want you to take a look at this chart. You're going to be taking a look at the overall music revenue per year. As you can see, music revenue increased with each innovation, from cassettes to CDs, but then something changed. Apple iTunes Music Store debuted on April 28th in 2003. As you can see from the blue shading, revenue didn't just fall, it fell off a cliff. And then there is the impact of illegal downloading. Institute for Policy Innovation estimates that piracy causes significant losses, not just for the industry, but for the overall U.S. economy, about $12.5 billion and 70,000 jobs as a consequence. Sales of #1 albums have shrunk significantly since '91. At that time, Paula Abdul's #1 hit, it sold 88,000 copies. In 2011, Taylor Swift's #1, only 52,000 copies. I can hit you with a lot of numbers, but we all know kind of the genesis of this. And I'd ask you, I've argued, if I go and I'll leave people nameless to 20 people on a floor and I'll say, how do you get your music? The vast majority of them will download it without paying a penny for it and feel no guilt whatsoever because they think that's the way it's done. And they're like, oh, I'm giving the musician a break here. I'm taking a listen to his stuff. And I'm like, the guy's renting studios. The guy, they have to pay for everything. How about the intellectual property that they did? Right. You've seen this. What's your take on how this is all changed?
Intellectual property, be it music, films, books, software, games, etc., are one of the positive areas for the U.S. balance of trade, where we sell around the world. Our culture is very popular and has been, and fortunately that's been bringing money in, even at the same time that we've lost manufacturing jobs and money overseas. If we lose intellectual property, then there's another big hole in the U.S. economy. And I'll tell you that it's not just free downloading, which I think is just like walking in a hardware store or picking up a saw or something and walking right out with it without paying for it. It's taking something that somebody else made and set a price for. I believe that the creator should be able to set a price and say, if you want to pay this, then I guess, you know, I made a mistake, but you can't just take it, you know. Maybe I overestimated its value. It might make me lower its value. iTunes and Amazon, at least you're paying something. You know, 99 cents a song is a big reduction from what it used to be for a songwriter like myself. But here's another figure that I find disturbing just from my own personal experience. And I'm not complaining because I've made a living doing something I love. And that's something that not a lot of people can say, but I have, and I know that I'm blessed. But April 1st, we got a statement from Pandora through my music publisher, which is one of the biggest publishers in the world, Sony, ATV, and EMI. It's all combined, another big multinational. But Pandora reported 1.8 million plays of the song Still the One that we just heard a little bit of. Take a guess. Take a guess. What do you think? Well, I won't make you take a guess. I'll see if you're shocked or not. $18.
Oh my God.
Is what I got for it's a 1.3 million airplays of Still the One, 18 bucks. It's a tiny fragment of a cent per play, if you do the math. It's taken the value of music down to nothing, to the point where I wonder why a kid like I was when I was in my 20s and I was focusing on writing songs and I was doing music on Broadway, off Broadway, in the studio, trying to rehearse a band in the basement. Orleans started 41 years ago in our basement up in Saugerties. What's the incentive for kids now, or adults now, to want to write songs and get that new generation of great music out there,
I'm
great
100%
theater,
with you.
great books?
We're going to continue this conversation on the other side of the break. Stay with us.